Howdy, y'all. These are Proverbs 25 in the KJV for April 25th, 2023. These are also Proverbs of Solomon, which the men of Hezekiah, king of Judah, copied out. It is the glory of God to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings is to search out a matter. The heaven for height, the earth for depth, and the heart of kings is unsearchable. Take away the dross from the silver, and there shall come forth a vessel for the finer. Take away the wicked from before the king, and his throne shall be established in righteousness. Put not forth thyself in the presence of the king, and stand not in the place of great men. For better that it is said unto thee, Come up hither, rather than thou should be put as lower in the presence of the prince, whom thine eyes have seen. Go not forth hastily to strive, lest thou know not what to do in the end thereof, when thy neighbor hath put thee to shame. Debate thy cause with thy neighbor himself, and discover not a secret to one another. Lest he that heareth putteth thee to shame, and thine infamy turn not away. A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold and pictures of silver. As an earring of gold and an ornament of fine gold, so is a wise reprover upon an obedient ear. As the cold of snow in the time of harvest, so is a faithful messenger to them that sent him. For he refresheth the soul of his masters. Whoso boasteth himself out of a false gift is like clouds and wind without rain. By long forbearing is a prince persuaded, and a soft tongue breaketh the bone. Hast thou found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomit it. Withdraw thy foot from thy neighbor's house, lest he be weary of thee, and so hate thee. A man that bears false witness against his neighbor is a maul, and a sword, and a sharp arrow. Confidence in unfaithful man in the time of trouble is like a broken tooth, and a foot out of joint. As he that taketh away a garment in cold weather, and vinegar upon nitre, so is he that singeth songs to a heavy heart. If thine enemy be hungry, give him bread to eat, and if he be thirsty, give him water to drink. For thou shalt heap coals of fire upon his head, and the Lord shall reward thee. The north wind driveth away rain, so doth an angry countenance a backbiting tongue. It is better to dwell in the corner of a housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. As cold waters to a thirsty soul, so is good news from a far country. A righteous man falling down before the wicked is as a troubled fountain and a corrupt spring. It is not good to eat much honey, so for men to search out their own glory is not glory. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city broken down and without walls. Man, I was just talking about kiddo today about that. You know, it's most important to be in control of yourself and to be able to master your own tongue and your own spirit. Even when your emotions are crazy pants, you know, you got to be able to steady yourself and to do anyway. So I feel like a lot of these are repeated from yesterday. You know, some more things about refining, that take away the dross from the silver, there'll come forth a vessel for the finer. And basically take away wicked people from the council of the king, or your council in this case. Take the wicked people away, you know, and you'll be established in righteousness. We're the average of the 5 people that we hang out with the most. Choose wisely, you know. Be humble. And that was the theme from yesterday too. And like, don't put yourself in a high place. Just hang loose. And it's better to be like, where's Cheetah? Hey man, come up here, rather than be like, yo, I don't know who you are, homie, but this guy needs your seat. You don't want to be shamed like that, you know? So better to just be humble than to be humbled. I'm going to end on that. Better to be humble than to be humbled. I think that's important. Maybe I won't end on that. Let me say this. If thine enemy be hungry, give him bread to eat, and if he thirsty, give him water to drink, for you shall heap coals of fire upon his head, and the Lord shall reward thee. Feeding them is not an act of aggression. Giving them water, you know, that it's not aggression. But what is being said here is you'll put your enemy to shame, because for all the things they've said or done to you, you still take care of them in their time of need, and it shames them. So, better to dwell in the corner of a housetop than with a brawling woman and in a wide house. So, you know, you can be rich, you can have a big house, but if you got a wife that just wants to fight all the time, whoo, your life is not peaceful and it's not worth it. Choose wisely. This one, I'm going to have to go and look a little more at this. I want to understand more. A righteous man falling down before the wicked is as a troubled fountain in a corrupt spring. Is that because if you stumble in front of the unrighteous, they point to you and they say, that guy, he said that, he did that thing? I'm not sure. So is that another reason not be around the unrighteous? Because brothers and sisters in Christ will forgive you and support you and admonish you? I don't know. Something to consider. Maybe I'll do a little more research on this 25, 26. So be blessed. Go with God.